Hello, how you guys doing? James here. Well, I'm making another relationship video, and there's a particular community of women I want to pay attention because the men are talking, and I don't mean to single a certain type of demographic, but it's going to eventually going to filter down to other women in America. It's going to eventually filter down to white women and other women, but black women, this is for you. And first I'm going to play a video. And then I'm going to play a video about what this woman said. Then I'm going to show you some video of some passport bros and what she been saying. And then I'm going to show you how the men on this other video. And I just took this one particular man who's professional black men who came from a woman saying, a professional black woman saying that a man needed to make a certain amount. So here's the video. What's some women coming out of their own mouth?
What are those three things that really stand out to you that
and
they
the
should be
reason why
focused
some
on
men,
before purchasing or
you
purchasing?
got
I have
some
been counseling
women
the general
lose it,
public
man.
for 30 years, and there are three major factors that people should be looking for. Number one,
Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I had a viewer share this clip with me, and I'm not surprised at all at what I saw in this video. Now, in the black community, we see so many things happening, and a lot of people, they don't regard the Most High, His laws, statutes, commandments at all, right? So it's like a lot of this stuff falls on deaf ears. So you're going to see this kind of behavior, and most people will think nothing of it because they don't have the fear of the Most High in their hearts, right? The Bible says, because of the fear of Yah, men depart from evil. So the opposite side of that is because of the lack of fear that people will flock to evil, because they don't fear the Most High. Anyway, I want to go ahead and share a video clip with you, and I want you to hear what this young woman is saying in the video. Of course, you know I will be right back.
There are three reasons why your ass can't find a sugar daddy. Just in case anyone was wondering why I'm so qualified to give any sugar baby advice, I'm Maya, a sugar baby in Miami who hasn't paid bills in a while, so she decided to get on TikTok and become a sugar baby teacher because she has nothing else better to do. Now, I've only been in the sugar baby world for 9 years, as of October, and I'm no expert, but I do know a thing or two. And I can tell you that the first reason why you're having so much trouble finding your next financial provider is because of your appearance. Now, I mean no harm when I say this, ladies, but this has got to go. And here's why. When dealing with a high-valued man, you're more than likely to assume that he's business-oriented or has some type of dealings with very important people. So when dealing with a man that looks like money, you've got to match his energy. The attributes that I find most sugar daddies tend to gravitate towards the most: a more natural, classy, and sophisticated look, like me. Most high-value men are picky, and they can afford to be, which means they want a certain type of look and a certain attitude. Which leads me to the second reason why your ass can't find a sugar daddy. Your approach is all bad. I see a lot of women who seem to think that their sugar daddy is their man, and that is simply not the case. If your sugar daddy doesn't do things like text you good morning beautiful every morning and text back fast enough, then the sugar baby life is not for you. The main goal here is financial freedom. So if you can't take not arguing or getting into it with the man that funds your entire existence, there's the door, bitch. He's paying you to make him feel good, and in return, you're rewarded with a soft life. I mean, what could be better than that? And as long as the funds don't stop, I'm gonna shut up so I can shop his dime. And finally, the last reason why your ass can't find an old rich man with dividends and a 401k to send you $1,000 whenever you ask, you keep going to the wrong places. Girl, if I have to tell you not to go to a nightclub to scope out sugar daddies. One more time. The old man you seek to put you in his will is not at live, bitch. You think Anna Nicole found her 86-year-old in a section popping bottles of 1942 and Casamigos with city girls playing loudest in the back? Take your ass where the valet don't look like an exotic rental car company with lime green Lambo trucks and purple Bentleys. Find you somewhere like the hot spots listed in my Sugar Baby 101. And I can bet you my life insurance policy that I just took out on my sugar daddy, who should be kicking the bucket at any moment, that you'll be joining the soft life in no time. I hope this helped my future hoes. Down.
Okay, so you heard everything this young woman said, right? She's basically teaching young women how to be HOEs or 304s is what some guys call it, right? She wants to teach her clients how to be future HOEs or 304s. So this is in alignment with what the Bible says, that in the last days perilous times shall come. We are living in a very lawless generation, people who don't regard anything biblical, anything spiritual. This is because this very temporary life is being propped up like the life that we need to nurture. A lot of people are not concerned with where they're going to spend eternity when they draw their last breath and this earthly tabernacle dissolves. A lot of people believe that if they just simply not believe or buy into any type of religious or spiritual or biblical understanding, that they won't be affected by it. But frequently, I like to refer people to Brother Dominic's testimony. His testimony is one of the most powerful I've ever seen of anyone who has testified of dying. You know, he was shot, point blank range, and as his spirit was leaving his body, he was telling of his experience when he crossed over to the other side. His testimony is a gift for those of you who are willing to hear. But he's talking about how very real hell is. Okay? His testimony is also in alignment with many of the things that were talked about in the Apocalypse of Peter and Paul. In those books, they even talked about women who used their bodies to allure men. That not only is the man going to be punished, but the woman is going to be tortured and punished as well in hell. Now, this is what those books talk about. And again, much of Brother Dominic's testimony really corroborates what he saw when his spirit left his body. Right? Talked about women luring men with their bodies, what they're going to have to endure for eternity. And then it talked about the men themselves, how they would be strung up from their private parts, and just all kinds of horrendous, terrible things that these demonic spirits are going to do. A lot of people think that if they don't believe in this stuff, that they won't be affected by it. But I want to serve notice. You don't have time to be playing around with your soul and trying to figure out or wonder if these experiences that people have been having are real or not. This life is temporary. And the fact that there are women out here actually teaching other women how to be HOEs or 304s, whatever you want to call it, harlots, paid harlots. Huh? You got a class to teach people how to be paid harlots. This is the kind of thing that you have to protect your children from. Our young girls, our young daughters do not need to see this kind of foolishness, because not everyone is going to end up on the other side of a lie. Some young women are meeting men out here that are ending their lives, deleting them off of the earth.
Exactly.
To have someone trying to sell a class on how to be a harlot is detestable, it's disgusting. And the Most High is going to judge these people. Mm-hmm. This is pure wickedness, especially when we're living in a time of disease, a time of judgment, a time of lawlessness.
Yes.
And the Most High is moving quickly on His judgments, and people just they don't want to believe it, so because they don't buy into it, they don't mind peddling their sin, their foolishness, their mess, their debauchery to other people. The Bible tells us that the love of money is the root of all evil. And because people are out here going after the bag, they don't care whose life they destroy in the process. Because all they care about is securing the bag, as the world calls it. Securing money. Securing wealth. That's all they care about. But another person's soul, they can care less. This is a frightening reality that we are facing. This is sad indeed, that this is what it has come to. That there is no fear of the Most High in the land, even though the Most High has done a lot
Gotta get
to show
$18,000 in
himself
24
in
hours.
these
Part
last
2.
days.
There's this long program that lets you.
People want to ignore. And what trips me out about folk like this is they will live any kind of way on this earth before people, tainting the ears, the eyes of young people. They don't care about that. But when it's time for them to cross over into eternity, to leave these earthly bodies, and to die after drawing their last breath, folk think that their automatic eternity is going to be spent in heaven, regardless to how they lived on earth. I'm going to keep on saying this as long as the Most High wills, that people had better repent. The days are growing shorter. The Most High's judgment is growing swifter, it's coming faster, sharper, harder, heavier. And you don't have time to be playing around with your soul, because you have people out here going after money, after your money, trying to sell you on something that is going to lead you straight to an eternity in Sheol, or hell, as the Bible calls it. Don't play around with your soul, because this life is very temporary. When this earthly tabernacle dissolves on the day of your appointment, the Bible says it is once appointed unto man to die, then after that the judgment. Everyone has that appointment. And you should be praying that your soul is counted worthy, that you are counted worthy to escape the things that shall come upon the earth. That is what we need to seek after. If you need a way to make money, pray and ask the Most High to lead you and guide you in the right path, because this wrong path is not the way to go.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of young people today, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear you say anything to them about anything.
Right.
They believe that their hurtness or things that they've experienced in the past, the tarnishing of their past, anything that they've gone through that is not favorable, they believe that that gives them a right to simply give up and decide not to do right anymore. You don't have that right ever. Don't give yourself permission to sin against your soul. It's time to get right, church. As the old songwriter said, get right, church, and let's go home.
I want to hear what these men said about what they expect out of a woman.
Yeah, this is first time
These are white men.
Everything is in the email I sent you
Some
the
of
other
you
day.
want a white man with
And if you
money?
haven't looked at it yet, let's go
Watch
through
what
it
he
together.
says.
Expertise is one of the many ways an agent who's a realtor works for you.
Boys and girls, we are in Millionaire Central once again. I know y'all see the videos, man. People out there doing these public videos asking the same generic questions, even staging their videos. But you know, when Snooch comes in, I come in clutch. We switch it up. Today's topic is we're gonna ask these millionaire men, what do they prefer in a woman? What's your type? So any ladies watching right now, take some notes and find yourself a millionaire. Also, we're gonna ask them what they do for work, how they got there, and how much money they make. So we're gonna get a lot of valuable information in today's session. And another thing, if you are tired of your current job and you want better, you want to do better, it is 2024, guys. If you aren't already leveling up, you got to switch that. Join my private entrepreneurship community, link in the description right here, where we can all connect with each other, learn from each other. There's millionaires in this community that hop on Zoom calls with us, with y'all, every week, where we can ask them any questions that we want. Click the link in the description below. Join this community with like-minded individuals and millionaires. I'll see you there. Let's get this video started. How you doing, sir? I'm Snooch.
Hi.
What's your Fred?
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I'm retired.
What do you do when you weren't retired?
In the automotive business, yeah.
Okay. What exactly did you do in the automotive business?
Parts for cars.
Parts,
yeah.
Okay. What was your position?
I was the owner of the company.
Owner of the company?
Yeah.
What is the company's name? If you
The
don't...
company's name was OSC Automotive.
Ah, okay. How much can one make per year doing what you did? What was like your best year?
30 million.
30 million. So you're the real. So you're the real deal, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
What are some of the tips to own something like that, to be in your position to make 30 million a year? What are like 3 main things you can tell people to do right now?
Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to be passionate about whatever you do.
Okay.
If you don't have the passion, I don't care what it is, on a job, own a company, whatever, you're never going to reach the ultimate. So the passion and knowledge, knowing the business, knowing your competitors, knowing as much as you can about the business.
Gotcha.
And then the fundamentals of business, just figuring out what you got to do, how you can be better than the competition. That's the number one thing.
So studying the competition,
Exactly.
Fundamentals, what else?
And that's pretty much that's it. And hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
And if you do all those things, you can get to...
If you find the right opportunity, sure. Opportunity is something that I think is important. That you have the opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. You got to recognize the opportunity. I saw there was an opening in the market in Orange County.
Yeah.
And I went for it. It started with $5,000.
Started with $5,000, and then you turned that to 30 million plus. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, last question. Since you're successful, since you've made so much money, what do you look for in a woman? What's your type?
That's a tough one.
Honest.
I would say, honesty and integrity.
Honesty and integrity.
That you can trust.
Okay.
Can be your sole partner forever. I've been married for 56 years.
Congratulations. You did find a 56 years, you said?
Yeah.
Wow. So honesty, trust, integrity.
Yeah.
Nothing with preference with looks.
It looks are just on the surface. It's what underneath that counts. That's what counts.
We love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
How you doing, sir? I'm Snooch.
How you doing?
Good. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, nice to meet you. What do you do for work?
I'm in the golf business.
Golf business?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do exactly there?
I own golf courses
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've never got that before. Now, how long you been doing it for?
since 2006.
2006.
17, 18 years.
Okay. Now, how much can one make per year owning golf businesses?
A golf course can make millions.
Million. How many golf courses do you own?
5.
5. Okay, so you guys can kind of get the idea. Now, how can one get into your shoes, make the kind of money you make? How did you even fathom, owning a golf course? What were some of the early steps?
I used to be in finance, and the opportunity presented itself, and it was just another business to me.
So, what in finance were you doing?
I was risk management.
Okay, and you got into that with a degree or
Yeah,
no degree?
yeah,
Okay.
with accounting degree.
So, right after college, you joined a bank?
Accounting firm.
Okay, accounting firm, and then you got an opportunity to own a golf course during that?
Yep.
Somebody presented the idea to you?
Yeah, I worked for a software company, and that company was sold, and then I bought a golf course.
Oh, okay. And then, so how much did you need to start the golf course? Couple million.
Yeah.
So you got that couple million from what you were doing before?
And borrowing banks, yeah.
Okay, borrowing bank. Any tips on how to borrow money from the bank?
You know what? Make sure your credit score is good. Have assets. Just find your financial stuff. And if don't be willing to take a chance on you.
Gotcha. And then last question.
Yeah.
What do you like? You'll like this one. What do you look for in a woman? What's your type?
Oh, there it is. Somebody that's pretty independent and, helpful. I don't want to. Somebody that makes me better. Makes me a better man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? I'm Snooch. What's your name?
Sandy.
Sandy, nice to meet you. What do you do for a living?
I manufacture clothing.
Really? How long you been doing that for?
25 years.
25 years now. Do you manufacture clothing? Is it your company or what is it exactly?
I have both my own brand that I make that I sell to Ross stores, and then I also produce and manufacture for different companies.
That's really cool. That's really interesting. I don't think we ever got one of those before. Yeah. So you said you've been doing it for how long?
About 25 years.
25 years, and you like it?
I love it.
You love. Now, how much can one make per year doing something like that in your position?
$1 million.
$1 million. Okay. How can one get into your shoes in terms?
Are you looking to make money as a digital nomad?
gonna go ahead, but that give you a good idea of what type of man. I don't want to stay too long on that topic, but this is.
We're nothing.
Talk to me,
No, crazy.
I want to be with you.
I don't care. We're not gonna be together.
Are contributing to the traumatizing and downfall of black women.
She's doing is taking no accountability or ownership for her own. And up with the name my whole life. I like it. I'm gonna keep it.
The argument about vow. When it gets to the real, like, nitty-gritty stuff.
That go over there to get those women. Y'all ain't got a pot to piss in. It's your woman that don't know no better. Don't know but to smile and lay down.
Be happy for them, applaud them. We have taken them as far as we can.
Hey guys, welcome back to More Than Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, also smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
What you doing here, bro?
What you mean?
What I say about something to my house?
I'm trying to talk to you. You're not answering.
We ain't got nothing to talk
What else am I
about.
supposed
We don't
to
have
do?
nothing to talk about.
Yes,
broke
we
up
do.
3 months ago. Why are you
No,
still
we
popping
did
up
not.
at
We
my
didn't
house?
even finish having the conversation.
We don't
though.
have
You just
nothing to
left.
talk about.
Yes, we
don't have
do.
nothing to talk about. Like, I'm calling the police on you real talk because you keep popping up the house. Cool.
I think you need to
Man,
come
you look crazy right
and
now.
talk to me about this.
We don't
You
talk
don't
about-
spend that type
We don't
of
talk
money
about-
and just not be
We
here.
are
with me.
nothing. I'm never gonna spend any type of time with you. We're nothing.
Come talk to me right
No,
now.
you crazy.
I'm not gonna leave
You
until we
crazy.
get clarity.
No, you about to go.
No.
You gonna stay here. This is my house.
Why are you trying to
We're
make
not
me
together
leave,
no
though?
more.
Why? That's what I'm trying
It
to
don't
understand.
matter why.
Why are we not
It don't
together?
matter. It don't matter why.
It does matter.
No, it does not matter. You have no
It
business
matters.
at my house.
Why are we
This is
not
like your
together?
3rd time this
Why
month.
can't-
I show up here.
I'm gonna keep
I'm
coming
about to
back
call police
because
on you.
I wanna
Like,
be
you
with
think
you.
I'm playing with you?
Damn! I wanna be with you.
I don't care. We're not gonna
You
be
need to
together.
come sit down
We're
and talk to
done.
me about
We're
this
done.
because at the end of the day,
No.
I'm not about to leave.
No, you is about to leave.
No,
you is
I'm
about to
not
leave
about
because
to
you can't
leave.
stay
Like,
here.
you're not
No,
gonna do all this stuff you
it
want
don't
to do.
matter. We're
and then
done.
you're gonna
That's
make it seem
old.
like I don't
That's
matter. No.
That's old. Like, done. That ain't. We done. We never get back together.
Yeah, we are.
This is exactly
so you might
why
as
we
well
broke
sit
up.
down.
Because you crazy. You think it's cool to just pop up in my house is okay and it's funny to you and it's a real problem.
It's not funny
No.
to me. Like, this is
No, you
literally
think it's a
hurting me
joke.
so bad.
Damn, she's obsessed. He hit her with a piece, a little bit too much of a piece. That's what she's a victim of. But she's literally off a rocker. No, we about to sit down and finish this conversation. You're not about to do what you want to do, like.
So bad.
I don't
Like,
care. I don't care
why?
about I'm gonna keep
Why?
you go, bro. Here.
I'm not going.
No, you gotta go. Like, this
I'm
is.
not going
I'm not-
anywhere
look.
until you tell me we get
Yo,
back together. Not
together.
leaving until you tell
We're
me
not
that we are
getting back
still in a
together.
relationship. I'm gonna come over here every day
No,
when you
you're
get off
not.
work
You're about
until
to
you
go to jail.
understand that we are
You're
in a
gonna go to jail.
relationship.
Because I got you on camera.
I'm not if you invite me.
I
So
invite you there. What is wrong with you? I don't want
I have to talk to you. That's what's wrong with me.
You're not invited over here, anybody ever to come over here ever again. I don't even have you're blocked. You can't even contact me. What are you talking about?
So that's why you have. Why would you block me though?
This is sad.
What did I do to you? You're not even telling me what I did.
Do you listen? Are you listening to yourself right now?
Listen to yourself.
Are you listening to what you just
listening
said?
to you?
We're not in a relationship.
Why?
We're broken up.
What you're doing right now is exactly why he blocked you. As he said, she's not listening to herself. He does have to call the police. He has to report her. She's a little off a rocker. She has screws missing. She has attachment issues, and she could be a future serial, unaliver. Let me go on to the next one.
A recent study reveals nearly 50% of women in relationships have a backup partner in case they split up with their current partner. Interestingly, 1 in 10 women reported that their plan B has already confessed his love for them. 40-50% met their backup partner while they were with their current partner, while a similar percentage said he was on the scene before their current relationship.
Yes, and sometimes they actually cheat with that backup partner. Let's keep going.
Furthermore, 40% of women in the study reported that their feelings for their backup partner were as strong as those for their current partner. In fact, 12% even admitted to feeling more strongly for their backup partner. Women believed that their current partner was likely aware of the third party. Some even admitted that their current partner had met their backup partner. Women doubted that anything would ever happen with the other man, so they didn't consider it to be cheating.
Guys, before I left, before I got with Kay, I was a victim of that. Most women out there in the West have backup partners. And you know how they store them? They're cheating when they have a man on TikTok, but usually the man is in one of their Facebook friends. And there's no possible way to control that unless you're a psychopath. Now, if you're a psychopath and you're able to get control over your woman's Facebook, which I am not trying to do. I'm not trying to get control of a woman's phone, of her Facebook. Look, if you don't openly show it to me, you got something to hide, I shouldn't be with you. Straight up. That's how I see it. So before I left the West, I left and I was done. There was no talking. Why guys keep popping up? And they're popping up where? Facebook. It's an issue. Let me go on to the next one.
This is why I don't like having conversations with some black men about the patriarchy. Because they are so quick, like everything else, to figure out a way to not be held responsible. It's the same way your counterpart, white teen women, didn't create racism, but they very much so benefit from it. The same way black men didn't create the patriarchy, but you still benefit from it. You all not only benefit from it, you uphold it, you protect it, and you fight for it with your life. And even this comment is disingenuous because we are all living in a white teen man system, including you, my love. And this is why I don't like having conversations with black men, because they don't understand anything about intersectionality. They literally think that their problems are everybody else's problems. And my love, you are so ignorant that you use the example of sports and entertainment, not realizing that that's just another way to put your ass on the auction block. Because that's not an industry that black men control either. I hope you all enjoy being entertainment for old, rich white men who own the team. And you. Because we are not in the same position. And that's the problem. You think that we are. Black women have to deal with race and gender, where black men only have to deal with race. And because black women have to deal with being black and women, black men who only have to deal with being black actually are contributing to the traumatizing and downfall of black women. Because you want to prop up patriarchy, so you do what daddy tells you to do. And the only reason that black men are not in a worse position is because of black women. While black men contribute to black women's downfall.
That need to be said again and again with fierce conviction.
While black men contribute to black women's downfall.
So my love, go read a book and then come back. And let's try and have this conversation again.
Go read a book and come back. You know what's happening nowadays? It's proven with the passport bros. Let me tell you why. Men have left, found women to take seriously, found women to get in their program. Women like you have lost their mind. It's showing you see us as property. We're talking about sports and white slave owners. So you look at us as property. Everything going on, just look at what's going on with us, right? You women have showed, do as I say, do what I say, and stay leftovers.
Text me back. I'm like really happy. Red flag, red flag. I swear this is the problem with dating right now. This creator started off with red flag, and so of course I was wondering what's going on. And she goes on to say that when she's dating somebody, when she texts them, if they don't respond in a timely manner, she starts to get nervous, anxious, dysregulated, and starts to realize it's her core wounds. But where she loses me is by saying he is the red flag and that he is the problem, simply because when she sees his name pop up, she gets really excited, and then when she doesn't hear back from him immediately, she goes into a spiral. But what she's doing is taking no accountability or ownership for her own. It is not his problem that you are dysregulated, that this is your core wounds, your core traumas, and that you are being triggered. So instead of blaming somebody else and saying that they're the red flag, maybe look at the fact that that actually could be you, that you are the one that's not taking ownership here, and that you are trying to project and put your onto somebody else.
Emotional damage.
Heal your and stop blaming other people for it.
You know, when that lady said that, I think she probably knew, but she's talking to most women. Same thing with the woman right before this video here. Women are putting all this stuff on men, especially black men, but as you see here, it's happening to all men in some way. How is that a red flag from the man if you're feeling that way? You need to deal with that. Just like the woman that didn't want to break up with the guy. She needs to deal with that. She needs help. So as you see here, this video is about women needing help. Women understanding when it's time to let go, just like that lady. Let go. It's not him. It's you. You can't put your feelings on somebody else. That's just not right. And that's what's happening in all situations.
That's true.
To different extremes.
That's true.
This is sad.
Ayuda con los platos.
Ya voy, espérate.
Well, I've been studying government programs for over 40 years. Actually, it's 48 years, but I've been helping millions of people all around the country.
This is sad.
I saw a clip featuring one of the sidemen, Ethan, and his girlfriend. Take a look.
Faith doesn't want to take my name, and that irks me.
No.
Yes.
I want to take your name.
Don't want
I just
to.
want to take mine as well. I'm not
No.
saying, no, because otherwise then I just wouldn't change my name. I'm saying I want to put mine there, but Kelly Payne. I've grown up with the name my whole life. I like it. I'm going to keep it.
No, I just believe that's how it should be done.
Olivia Atwood Duck. She's
Again, this is your one example. All you do is repeat his name. I don't care. Relationship done.
I just don't feel like it's a big deal.
That's the
Picture.
conditions. Conditions are if you want to be my wife, then be my wife.
I will. That's why it's in my name.
But you're half being my wife. You're bottling it. That's what it is.
Where to begin? I've spoken about taking names before. I just can't understand how that's a big deal to not want to. I just can't conceptualize that being an issue at all, really. If you want to be my wife. She wants to double barrel it. Not she wants to keep her name. Not the kids have to have a name. She wants to double barrel her surname. And that's what's got him mad. You keep saying, Olivia, that's the only example you have.
Is that girl?
Why are you shouting? That's actually insane. Look, these are the red flags we're talking about. It's not like something impossible to notice. This is what I'm talking about. I know it's just one argument, but it's just, if you're arguing about that, when it gets to the real, like, nitty-gritty stuff, what are you going to do? You're going to just collapse, or you're going to combust. And the reason he's so comfortable saying, if you want to be my wife, is because we've made it such a big deal to be chosen by this man. The way men hold marriage over women's heads is yuck. It's so nasty, and that's why they're so comfortable making demands like this.
Because I don't have time to make a Snapchat edit and you just want to please me.
Do you know how many men there are? Do you know how many men want to marry you? How many male friends would just snap you up in a second? I want us as a gender to get to a place where if a man says, if you don't do this, I won't marry you, you won't be my wife, we can say, okay, we're not getting married. I want us to get to that place where we can just walk away.
We do not care.
Because this is actually ridiculous. And there's no point saying too much because, like clockwork, when you start attacking men, the women get all... I'm not trying to call your man whatever, I just think it's a weird thing to argue about personally, that's what I think. I'm sure he's great. One more thing, he clearly said he won't marry her if she doesn't change her name to his name slowly. She said she won't. Why are they still together then? Why hasn't he broken up with her? Because why would you find a woman who is exactly what you want when you can just break another woman down until she becomes someone that you want? Isn't that so much better?
Well, you know what? I think he needs to leave her. That man is worth millions, so she must have money. He needs to find a woman that not poor. He needs to find a woman that's traditional. That woman there, and I get why he feels like that. He's taking a little, he's a little emotional about it. I just would have dropped her. I mean, no need to be emotional. As a man, you just gotta stand in business and say, okay, you're not taking my name piece, and don't talk to her no more. She gonna take it then, alright? Just drop her. Drop her like a bad habit. Block her phone number, everything. Go all the way. That's the thing. Men need to go all the way more. But anyway, and that's what he needs to do because think about it. Side men, you guys understand those guys that he's with the boxer guy? Forgot his name. The one with the braids. He's with the sidemen, right? Fighting Jake Paul, Logan Paul, making money, making millions of dollars. She needs to take his name. He needs to not marry her. Stick to your words.
And all these guys that go overseas, they say they call them passport brothers.
Here we go again.
Take your ass overseas with your bro. Because 95% of y'all that go over there to get those women, y'all ain't got a pot to piss in. So y'all finna go over there and fool some of them Asians and Chinese women. Because you know you can't fool us Americans.
What was that? Fool some Asian Chinese women. She went full retarded. Who talks like that? I think they talk English. She's talking Filipino.
American women no more. So you gonna go over there because you said they're more submissive. They this, they that. Let me tell you something. Now, I don't want to get my platform shut down, but let me tell you something, you sorry son. You, sorry. That's all I can say about that. You sorry.
You, sorry. You just said that, lady. You, sorry.
Sorry. Get you a woman that don't know no better. She don't know nothing but to smile and lay down. Look at you. And take your listen to your lie. Because a lot of these women in America, they ain't going to put up with
that's why we're leaving. Not because they're not going to put up with us. Because we ain't putting up with them. Want all this money, but won't cook a meal for them, man. Like, that's simple. And that's something that they love doing for us. So, of course we're leaving.
So, are you seeing the upside of people getting into side hustles and so forth because of the recession? What does that look like?
Yeah, I work with a lot of people that have sort of fumbled.
He has some interesting outtake on this situation.
Are y'all with me? Y'all make sure y'all with me. Hit the number 1 button if you're with me. Let me know. All right, y'all bored? I think the dark-skinned black man and go try to work. Living up in the Midwest, they got these big farms and whatnot. Most of them, all they had to do was go. Their great-great-great-great-grandparents, all they had to do was run out there and stake a claim, and it was theirs. At the time, it was considered Indian territory oftentimes. And so black people were denied that privilege on purpose. So you don't have to go back to slavery. And when I have an opportunity to really talk about why reparations is important, I'm going to lay it out like that so any decent, reasonable American who's fair-minded can say, damn, that's jacked up. They're going to say, damn, redlining was in the 60s. I was born in. The GI Bill, that was in the 40s. My granddaddy benefited from that. Damn. And so we were purposely pushed down while other groups were lifted up. Look at the Asians who came here from Vietnam. And I'm talking about this ebony wood. This is why it's important for you to understand that just because you have a law degree or a medical degree or economic degree, if you don't have a good understanding of history and society, then you're nothing. You're as worthless as a law book. You can't put it in the context. You don't truly understand what we say when we say oppression. I'm telling one group of people, hey, look, we're going to give you, you served in the military, we're going to give you the benefits of this GI Bill. I'm telling another group of people, we're not going to give you the benefits of this GI Bill, solely because of the color of your skin. That's flat out, that's the oppression that black people are talking about. And it happens all the time, and it happens so often, it's not like we're sitting here documenting it. And so the average person can't point it out. I would expect a lawyer who graduated from Loyola University in the heart of uptown New Orleans, Louisiana, to understand that that blueprint that you black elitists point out is not going to work for every black American. They don't have those benefits. There's only a certain room, a certain space for certain people to run that route. And everybody else has to make it on their own. But what I'm saying is, even when other people come to this country from overseas, what do they do to the Vietnamese and the Hmong people? White people say, yeah, we'll give you money to open a business, but you can't open it in the white neighborhood. You go open it in the black neighborhoods. That's exactly what they did. You go open, we're not going to give you an opportunity to come siphon money off from our white neighbors. But what we will do is present you with an opportunity to let you put your liquor stores and your five and dime stores and whatnot in these black neighborhoods and siphon off their little money. Give them these low quality products, no fruit, just bags of chips and sodas, right? We'll give you that opportunity to make that over there, but you can only do it over there. And that's what they did. And that's where they opened their nail shops, that's where they opened their little corner liquor stores, and they did that for decades. And they become rich, not recycling the black dollars. You know, not giving black people the opportunity to put stores in their community. They're not giving them loans. They give Asians people. So, I mean, I get it. I understand why Asians would do that. I mean, it benefits them. Makes sense. But remember, there's a system designed to do that. This is systematic. And here's another thing that we have to consider. And I know y'all gonna really get on me for this, but what you see happening with Miss Ebony Williams is light-skin privilege. What do I mean by that? Somebody type light-skin privilege in the chat room. Come on, let's do it. And just before y'all say anything, I'm red. Okay, I'm not light-skinned, I'm red. High yellow privilege, whatever you want to call it. She, Miss Ebony Williams, is the physical preference for many black men. And she feels that she has options. She may feel that because she has that physical preference, I know it's not across the board, but typically you guys understand that. The closer to white you are, the more privileges you get in this country. She feels as though she can talk reckless to black men and black people in general. Oftentimes, people who are light-skinned are favored. They don't want your big black behind up, but be a dark-skinned black man and go try to work and be masculine and go try to work in one of these folks' offices. It's not gonna work. But they'll take a cute little light-skinned girl, right, and let her go in there and type or whatever. That's what they do. And that's one way in which they get ahead, because they're seen as less threatening. They're seen as more appealing because they're closer to white. And she recognizes that in the society that we live in. And it's all across the world. What I'm suggesting that this young woman do is just go ahead and date white men. Be with who you want to be, with who you, and cut this fake black power ideology out, because it doesn't fit you. Now, for a woman as smart as Counselor Williams, Miss Williams, she should know that the data demonstrates that because of this systematic oppression, because of these things we have to deal with, we're dead last when it comes to financial resources and academic test scores. Shout out to my man J. Renard Leather. Consider this a down payment for all the billable hours you out here giving us. Yeah, man, thank you so much. I just ran down a couple of things. The brother just brought up some other. Look at all the thousands of black towns that we had around the turn of the 20th century. What happened to them? Red suburbs, what happened to them? White folk got jealous and burnt them out and said, we can't let them rise up like that. We can't have our former enslaved class doing better than us. That makes us feel bad. That's egotistic narcissism in its worst. I tell you people this all the time. A stolen people and a stolen land will never have peace. You've been trying to do the same thing since we exited slavery. They are not going to let you be a higher, economically stable, high social class in this country. They're not going to allow it to do it. It burns them up. It's not going to happen. And so the best thing for you to do is go re-immerse yourself into the black diaspora somewhere, i.e. Passport Bros. Shout out to the Passport Bros. See, most of the times our success is not dependent on our individual accomplishments, family. You can look this up. There was a study that came out several years ago that said that the success of most black Americans is not dependent on their education that they receive. It's dependent on wealth. You can be a straight A student. You can become a doctor. You can become a lawyer. And your children might end up being janitors. Your children might end up being unemployed. Unless you're able to amass a large amount of wealth and make sure that's there to bolster your children through their life and supplement their income. Now this young lady, Ebony Wilson, she's been able to find economic success through education. She did it through the traditional route. But that does not mean it's accessible to every black American. She's a woman, she's a light-skinned woman, she's physically appealing. my man MS Delta, and there's some privilege that goes along with that. MS Delta guy said she has been blinded and spoiled by her light skin privilege. I got high yellow, red bomb sisters with long hair down their backs. I saw them get pretty privileged all their life. Yeah, and you can't tell them. You can't tell them. They be, oh, I'm black too. No. In this society that we live in, you reap the benefit of that. Now see, as far as what Ms. Williams said, I would have had, and here's another, and I'm going to say this, they give, sometimes a little black boy, they had a study with some teachers. Are y'all hearing me, man? Because I really want you to understand this. As an advocate for black men, this cuts to the center of what I'm talking about. This woman sat up here and put basically all, not just black men, but all the hard-working blue collar, you sat up there on your pedestal, I'm a lawyer pedestal, and basically put down all these blue collar workers throughout America who keeps this going. And you did that from the perspective or the position of holding yourself out as a black woman, which means you were talking to black men, and that's horrible. You're talking to black people, that's horrible. As if having a job as a truck driver or an electrician is not something that our brothers should aspire to have, or is that's not worthy. You basically saying, I don't want no scrubs. You just call all the blue collar workers scrubs. See, I would have had more respect for Ebony had she led with an apology when she went on the second show, her apology tour. She should have talked about how blacks could practice group economics. Because see, you need your lawyers, but you also need your electricians. You need your doctors, but you also need your military personnel, your construction workers, and your plumbers. More importantly, there are a lot of plumbers and electricians and other blue collar workers that make more of a lifetime than many lawyers. There's nothing wrong. It's honorable work. Now let me suggest this too, and I don't want you, because I don't speak out of both sides of my mouth. I speak straight. Most societies, you're expected to date someone within your similar economic background. And there are plenty, but see, here's the thing. There are plenty of men who, once they become rich, we don't have a problem with dating now. Women do. Women want to date up. Shout out to Cody Marshall. She urinated and defecated on us blue collar work. Yes, she did. Shout out to Reverend Kevin Powell. Privilege is invisible to those who enjoy. Yes, it is. Men do it all the time. We date women who have far less than us all the time. Hell, you just saw the King of England. His side chick is now the Queen of England. Right? The Queen Consort. In other words, he's the king and she was the side chick.
True.
That's what happens. This woman has a right to date who she wants to date. But her bus driver analogy, when she said he's a bus driver, shout out to my man MS Delta guy. MS, he said Ebony, is that her birth name? She looks like a Tiffany. Right, bro. She's a glue gremlin. You know what I'm saying? Somebody type glue gremlin in the chat room. She's not an Ebony. You understand what I'm saying? But let's analyze what she said, because I really want to dig deeper into what she said. The bus driver was an analogy. And it wasn't just bus drivers that she was talking about she wouldn't date. Her bus driver was an analogy for blue collar working men. That's what that was about. It wasn't just about bus drivers. She was talking about plumbers. She was talking about electric. And by the way, I got that from the Crimson Sun. Apparently, those kids that go to school with the Crimson Sun, they are they capping on each other all day. And when I say capping, I'm talking about bagging, roasting. They got all kind of horrible names, which are just horrible. My God. So I got that from the. I told them, don't be saying that stuff on my page. a great guy who's a blue collar worker, who may be an air traffic controller, or a lawyer, or a doctor, who may or may not, or I don't know, maybe a professor, at a school, and the air traffic controller is making more than him. So it makes no sense. You ladies are making it, and it has a lot to do with the fact that you're listening to the wrong people. Anyway, you guys make sure you do this for me. We have 396 people have hit the thumbs up button. I need y'all to hit some more thumbs up button. I'm gonna have to. We look, hit the thumbs up button. Go ahead and do that now. Let's get the thumbs up button popping. If y'all don't get the thumbs, I'm gonna put Jesus. Talking about black men are leaders. You wanna look? You keep making them light skinned women, them little light skinned little girls. You keep doing that. Don't blame black men for that. You like that. That bullshit up out of here, man. Anyway, man, let me hold on a minute. I'm gonna ram my blood pressure up. I'll be right back.
Brothers, at prison.
Why would you ladies say, hey, I'm gonna fuck this blue collar, and I'm gonna try to get back to the subject, man, but it's hard. Go ahead, Cody, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like you said something about, the reason why they don't want the blue collar guy is not just because they want to show them off, because they can't compete. They don't want to compete.
No, it's not even about the blue collar guy.
They're too lazy. They're lazy daters.
If it was a white man who had a pickup truck,
yeah,
they would date that dude.
Yeah, they're him.
These black women are not getting bottom shelf brads, getting them knocked up. You understand what I'm saying? That's who's knocking them up. So they will date a blue collar guy, but they want that white man. And see, again, like I tell you fellas, it's not us, it's them, and it always has been them. The weak link in the black community has always been the black woman. Why? Because she wants what she can't have. She wants that position that white woman has. She wants that whiteness. She wants that white life. She wants to be that white woman. She wants to be that white man's prize. You are not good enough for her in this society. A stolen people in a stolen land will never have peace. The black woman does not have peace in this land. She will never be satisfied in this land as long as she is playing second and third and fourth to Becky and Maria and Maylin. She's and she's mad at you. She's kicking you in your ass because she wants you to uplift her. She wants you to get out there with your 9mm and your bulletproof vest and fight white supremacy, so she can be the queen of the hill. You know what I'm saying? She wants you to be a lawyer and buy her a 6-bedroom house. This, 6,000 square feet on 6 acres of land. She wants a 666, and you need to have a 6-pack and make 6 figures. Be 6 feet tall. You see what I'm saying? That's the mark of the beast. That's what you're dealing with.
And her like a Shetland pony.
Yeah, man, but no, she don't even want that, because she'll take bottom shelf Brad if he ain't working with it. That's what I'm trying to understand, y'all, man. I wish these women would just be honest to you, brother, so you can say, you know what? Okay, it's time for us to leave. We get it.
Right.
They keep trapping you with their lies. They keep telling you one thing, and then when you reach that goal, guess what they tell you? Oh, that's not good enough. You understand what I'm saying? They keep moving it because you're not good enough in this in this society we live in, brothers. You are not good enough. Period. And just fuck it, man. Go ahead, bro. Who else wants something to say?
I'll just say this. After the 2010 situation in Haiti, a lot of children, a lot of my kinswomen started trying to use their box to get out of the country. But the men would pop out these babies, because after the soldiers left, they would pop out these babies. Now these babies are probably around, I would say 13 years old, these kids, these mixed kids, and they're being shunned. They're being shunned by society, by the society there in Ireland. So they're trying to shame you sign language to say that we need to accept them. No, you decided to deal with those men who technically came in there under the guise of trying to help us, but ended up abusing us, and then we had to put our foot in their behind to kick them out of the country. And now you have half of those kids, those kids have half their blood in them, and you think that we're supposed to just turn around and
see, they're gonna blame you because they're gonna say, well, y'all let them in here. Y'all should have been strong enough to fight with them or smart enough to.
Yeah, we should have.
Look, man, let me tell you, look, it just, female nature is everywhere, bro. Let me tell you what y'all need to do, man. You're not gonna change women like, cause I can't be here all night with this shit. This shit is frustrating, especially when we get women in here saying silly ass shit like that. It just throws me all off. You're not gonna change women like Ebony K. Williams. You understand? You're not gonna change her. She's been brainwashed. She's an elitist. That's her programming. Fuck her. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do for her. She's gone. She's over there with them. She done had that white. The most you can ever be for a woman like that is a consolation prize. I don't care if you're a billionaire. That's all you can ever be for her. Fellas, you need to love yourselves. You need to respect yourselves enough to know when you're being mistreated. Knowing when you got a group of women who don't think you're good enough and will never think you're good enough. How do you know that? Based on the way they treat you. If your woman is disrespecting you in public, if she talking on a micro level, if you out with a woman and she disrespecting you in trouble, she ignoring you, she publicly talking bad about you, that lets you know she don't think you're good enough for her. Now, if you got a whole group of women that's doing that, that lets you know they don't think you're good enough for them. So, man, I hope and I want you brothers to be with black women. That is my hope for you guys. I want Sigma Black Ronin, Cody Marshall, Mr. Al, I want you to find a woman who can give you children, that your children are going to look like you and your grandfathers and your grandmothers. That's what I hope. I hope you fellas find women of African descent, whether it be African American, Haitian, Jamaican, West Indian, from the continent. I hope you do that. But if you can't find them, but more importantly, I need women that respect you. Why? Because I want you to have peace of mind and happiness. And I don't want you living in a house with a woman that's destroying your peace of mind and happiness. Living with a woman like that black elitist who basically attacked all the blue collar workers, that ain't gonna be nothing but hell. That's because that's who you're dealing with, man. But other than that, I understand why 51% of black men live alone. I understand why you single. I understand why you brothers who have reached the middle class, to the tune of 63% of black men have reached the middle class, upper middle class, are rich. And you say, you know what, my money gives me the option of saying, I don't even want to, my standards are raised. I can't deal with that no more. Pussy ain't that important to me. I'm good. You see what I mean? I'd rather fly overseas, be by myself. I get it. But I just wanted to make sure I came in here tonight and I addressed this subject because it's important. Because that woman that you guys saw is representative of a mindset that is like a poison or a virus in the black community. You're not good enough. And they'll say it's because of your status. But the truth is, she would take a blue collar white man. She don't have a problem with that. It's just you as a black man. You're not good enough. And that's how your women feel about you in this particular country, in this racist society that we live in. And so you got to go find women with a healthier society so that you can make beautiful children, because you don't want to get stuck with a woman like that. Other than that, man, God bless y'all. I love y'all. I know y'all appreciate what I do, because, whether you hit the like button or not, man, because, I seem to be the only one doing this shit right now. But I love you brothers, man. I respect you. I come from a blue collar working background myself, and I love you, and I know what you do. And so don't be disheartened by that. Nobody should be shitting on our plumbers and electricians and truck drivers and Uber drivers and military guys and ex-military. Nobody should be shitting on our plant workers. Nobody. As hard as it is to get up and go to work, those are the real heroes. You're getting up 6:30 in the morning. You working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, and don't let an emergency happen, electricity go out. You see what I mean? Then we really need you. You see what I mean? Construction workers, make sure the fucking buildings don't fall in on your ass. Those are the real MVPs in this society. Don't let anybody take that away from you, man. And that's coming from somebody who's supposed to be, this high-fangled lawyer that you can see on TV and shit. I love you guys. I appreciate your work, man to man. Don't be discouraged. Other than that, man, this is Uncle D, man. I love you guys. Big shout out, Mr.
and I'm going to. This video coming to a close. I'm going another 5 minutes. So, really, the point of this video was to show you the mindset of some women and why there's going to be women saying why I can't find a man is because that was the last video what he's saying, and then the attitude is how some women are. And men, and I can understand men like men giving up, because I even to the point you get tired of be putting up with that. You're not good. You're not good enough. You're not this. You're not that. You know. You get fed up with it. It's like you go with the bad boy, but you give him, but the bad boy do you so bad that you hate all us black men. Then you want then when a good man comes along, you crap on him. Some of you women crap on the good man. And so when the bad boy, and it's a fact. So men, and I feel the same way. Like, right now, it's like, dang, either you be by yourself, or hey, and you just tell him what you're going to do, then go ahead and do it. And then you got women that want to do the 304 thing and think that it's about getting that status. Now you see why there's a passport, bro. Now you see why men are getting tired. And then when some men who are able, some black men who are able to travel, they're gonna get up out of here. And it's because of women. Some of you women have made it that way. You don't appreciate what you have, and it's like he said about women like Ebony, and I know who he's talking about. You lucky just to have it. The whole point about it. But you have some women that try to be like men and be like female players, and it's not going to happen. And some men will catch a drift, and some men won't take lightly you playing them. Some men will hurt you, and some men don't like to get played. And so you have a set of women that have a mindset. This is the reason why we come across, most of us come across that. Now, them guys that was on that panel, they working men. Some of the men, I heard one guy, he makes more than a doctor. But like he was saying in one part of the video, they'd rather have some guy that lay up with them and get a little bad boy streak in them. But when they get a good man, they're not gonna give him the attention, and they're not gonna do the things that a woman would appreciate to do. So that's why these men go halfway around the world to find a woman that's gonna appreciate it. And it's like the one video, the women just kept on complaining, and they keep making these videos trying to shame men. Them days are over. And so single men who pay attention to this social media, the ones that probably have a good skill, the ones that have they look at you like, okay, that's the way it is. And then I just have to wait and go find me a woman overseas. And I said this before, it's gonna be a lot of women, and it's gonna be white women too, but mostly a lot of black women. It's because of their own things that they say out of their mouth. He's gonna be stuck here. And when your kids you have kids that got grown, but they're gonna go do their own thing. But in the end, you're gonna be stuck alone because the own words you said out of your mouth. You put down the men, you go after the men, then you punish the good men for doing something what that bad men do. And you running away, and so they get mad, and get vengeful, and get vengeful like the one video. You go ahead. Well, guess they going over there, and I've seen the men go over there, and some men making 30-40 grand a week, 30-40 grand a month, but they able to make their money and make it go overseas. While some of y'all women back here want a $100,000 to $500,000 man, but you still, if you hit that level, and they expect you to give you a $75,000 ring or some fancy thing. Them days are over, man. Some of these men are, it's the women that have that mindset that's going to lose. And any woman that got that mindset, you're going to lose in the end. Because these men, they're not taking it. And men giving other men ideas on how to do it. And there was some woman would appreciate what you have. There are women that would get up and cook a man a meal and don't complain nothing about it. They do it because they want to do it, because they love them. And I don't think women in the West don't understand what love is. If you love somebody, don't you love your children? You would get up and, I would hope you think you would get up and cook for your children like you would cook for yourself. What you get up and if you had a pet, you got to get up and feed the pet. But you can't do something for another person out of love, and he go working hard and stuff like that. It's your own, and that's why I say it comes back to you. And it's your choice. It comes down. No man can't make you do something. No person can make you do something. But your words is going to be the very words that's going to drive that man away. What men, like some women do, they won't think they're going to be a 304 and play one man over here, and that stuff is over. And men are catching up. Men are getting fed up. Then we're looking at a society that it's a Me Too movement. So the laws favor the men in this land anyway. Some men are pissed about that, especially when the woman's in the wrong. The kind of men that do the right thing by it when they have children, so they're getting fed up. These are your men that's like, I'm done. I don't want to be bothered. What's wrong with these men? And you have women say, what's wrong with these men? This the reason why they've done this. Because you see, like the women online, they sit down and say that I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that, and I expect this and I expect that. You live it in reality, and the women go to another part of the world that will appreciate the little that they have. And what a man's a man, a patriotic, a man's a man, whether he's a bus driver or engineer or a doctor or whatever, or he's just a street cleaner. But you got women over here that just got this mindset. But then if he don't have this flippy personality, nice, and he got to be a bad boy and give you that drama and that argument, you ain't gonna respect him. Yeah, and some men are fed up with it, and some of you are drawn to that. You're drawn to that type of man. But that good, nice, wholesome, peaceful, I just want to have peace, man. No, some women don't like that. They got to be itchy bitchy, flipping off the handle, psycho. Some men ain't gonna deal with that, and try and shame them and demean them and demoralize them. And some of our women are good for that stuff, and it's getting on some black men's nerves. We don't like that shit, man. And that's what pushes us to other women. It's all about communication. That's basically what it is. It's communication. And the American women, and there's white women that do the same thing, and other women in this country that do. You're driving your men away. And like I say, it's either that or they're going to go find some artificial. I said this in the video. And it's going to be because your mouth has pushed some of you women, push men to do that. Some men. How a man going to keep taking. And after a while, he just, that's it. Either he going to shut down to get away from you. So, if you got a good man in your life, you better appreciate him. If you got a good man that has a good heart, he ain't cheating, he ain't manipulating you, he ain't abusing you or anything like that, you better hold on to that man. and he loved your children, and you're a single mother, and he loved your children, you better appreciate that man. It ain't too many men gonna keep putting up. Ain't too many men doing that. You ain't gonna find there's a lot of men don't even want to date women with children no more. So you find one that do, you better appreciate him. I'm telling you. But alright then, I don't want to get too lecturing on this, but yeah. So you're gonna have a lot of men gonna make money, and they're gonna leave. So they're gonna go to other women in other parts of the world. So American women, black, white, whatever, listen to this video. Think about what you're doing, because you don't believe it. And one guy said it, by 2030, a lot of women here are gonna be single, and it's projecting like that out now. You're gonna be seeing more women among women. Why are these women? Why ain't with no men? Because the words they said out of their mouth. And then you're gonna see a segment of women that are happily married, happily. The ones that understand this, that it takes two to love, it takes two to make things go and make a relationship. And you can't hold another person and recognize a good man and treat that man like royalty. But you'll treat the man that and treat you like crap, and then it's like give you that drama, that argument, and that and you calling him the N-word and all this stuff like that. But hey, that's your version of what a real black man is. I don't know what to say, but alright then. Just something to think about. But yeah, so if you have a good man that ain't like that, you do everything in your power to keep that man. And I have women, there's certain women in my family had to find out the hard way. And they found out till they get later on in life. And some still in my family ain't figured it out. But some that did. Alright? So don't you be that one. Alright then, take care, be blessed, see you on the next video.